Hello everyone and welcome to Thousand Faces TTRPG and Go Buff Yourself present episode 39 of The Wild Beyond. I'm once again joined by these crazy, wonderful, talented friends of mine who are going to be playing the wild things tonight. So, how y'all doing?
Stressed.
Getting sucked into a black hole is how we're doing.
Well, that's, in-game. I just meant how were you out of game? Doing good?
Out of game
also
2.
being sucked into a black hole.
Oh, cool. All right, at least it's consistent. Well, before we jump into tonight's session, first of all, Smallville and Raiders, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you so much. It means the world to have you here with us as we tell these little stories. We are swiftly catching up to where we currently are on Go Buff Yourself. We are episode 14, just uploaded today, and it is the first big sound quality improvement, so I'm very happy with how it is sounding. As usual, 18 plus stream because of in and out of game legal drug use, recreational and all that, the liquid or inhaled form, but it's all legal and we are all of age, but still 18 plus. Also 18 plus for language, potential violent content, just, it's not for kids. Clip your favorite moments. It helps us. Smallville, you're a real ace for that. We appreciate you. But if everyone in the stream just clipped one moment each time, that would make my life coming up with ads a lot easier. Yeah, I think those are the main announcements. Anything else we really have to cover before we jump on in?
That you're amazing?
Oh, 1 luck point for Morgan. Oh, man. Yeah, hey, it's not his fault that you all forget. He gives you plenty of time.
Morgan's a dirty sucker.
He waits until right at the end.
Yes, I am.
I get rewarded for it. Look, players will do
positive feedback.
what they get rewarded for. That's game design. So, Mav, did you have something? Or were you just making bunny teeth face?
I'm trying to get my teeth in my
All right,
mouth.
cool.
Your teeth look great. Your teeth,
Yeah, the teeth are
I'm trying to
solid.
get my
The teeth are
teeth-
they
solid.
look great.
I'm trying to...
And because your background
they look
isn't
great.
working
It's
today,
more
your ears look
just-
extra awesome. We get to see them in their full glory.
Dang!
All right, y'all.
I have to find something to put back there. It bothers me.
If that's all the announcements, and I think it is, let's go ahead and run that intro video so that we can jump into tonight's episode, The Deconstruction of a Summer's Day.
Picking shit up. I use my fingers to count.
Yeah.
We all use our fingers to count.
Yeah.
Wait, y'all
Fine.
using your fingers? Use your toes.
Wait until he tries to talk again, and then say.
I use my multitude of penises.
Are we back?
Yeah, I counted down, man.
We're back.
You mean the ones in the box?
Our bad, our bad.
I counted down. I'm just sitting here waiting, but all right.
So yeah, fingers.
A picture-perfect summer's day is being slowly deconstructed in front of your eyes. The grass that normally blows so pleasantly in the breeze is being uprooted in clumps and sucked into this black, light-consuming rift. A collection of butterflies flies overhead, large as eagles. And you watch as they fight frantically against the gale force winds that are pulling them into the portal, futilely, unable to resist. Clouds overhead that swim through the sky like goldfish, now reforming into the shape of a screaming face. And even the sunlight itself falls victim to this force, being pulled into this rift in space and time, like threads of a sweater being slowly unraveled. And this was just one of two that you saw, Kieren, from high up on the hill near Vale Crossing. And having ridden horses to the point that they are covered in sweat and abandoned them about half a mile back so you all could run up to this enormous rift. When we last left, Melon and Bodie were serving as anchors, with Melon having turned into a tree and Bodie providing an additional 400 pounds of anchoring force. Kieren and Wraught together had managed to slide down the rope and used Mage Hand to retrieve a small, blackened, maybe with ash or some type of blight, a small clockwork gear. And upon touching it, Kieren noticed these invisible arcane chains stemming from this gear and passing into this 25-foot tall black rift through which you can't see anything. The previous two times you've encountered these rifts, they were slightly smaller, and you could see through, but here, black and turbulent winds obscure your vision. And it was there that we left off. And it is with Wraught and Kieren still on that rope, Bodie and Melon still anchoring it down, and Gromp and Otto acting as our free agents of sorts right now. That was where we left, and we pick up in that exact moment. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna tie Wraught to me so she's not just holding onto the rope.
Little bit tough to do while tied to the rope yourself, but...
Oh, she has her own rope. It's like, she'll use hers so it can be, like, attached to mine.
Okay. Got it. It's tough to do just because you are being pulled by 60-mile-an-hour winds, but you manage.
Can I use prestidigitation to make my voice louder so I can shout back to the rest of them?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to kind of
technically
twist
thaumaturgy,
around.
But
Thaumaturgy,
who
yes. I think I have both, so really it doesn't matter.
Nope.
I use magic. I sound
there you
loud.
Go.
I'm going to twist around, still kind of clinging on to Kai, and shout back up the rope. We have to go in! It's anchored!
And Gromp, hearing this voice, will follow.
So,
Yeah.
Gromp...
I'll probably traverse back a little bit to get it so that like they can also anchor onto me, and then I get them in.
Got it. So, Gromp, are you sliding down one of Wraught's, or down Wraught's rope, or Kieren's group or rope, or are you tying off your own?
Yeah, I'll follow Wraught's rope.
Okay.
Hey, bud, you wanna, sorry. Hey, Bodie,
Yeah.
It's real loud and wind. It's windy outside, so it's real hard to hear. But
Yeah.
if we put ourselves to Melon, the melon tree. The melon tree over there. We can slide down and have to go inside.
Into it?
Yeah, we gotta go inside.
Why do you want to go into it?
Well, Bud, we need you.
Okay, into it.
Yeah, you hear Gromp yelling, "You can come inside. You can come inside."
And then
If you consent.
And that's when I cut my rope and just go straight into the black hole to escape this.
Do you?
No.
Oh. Hey, you said it. Oh no.
Okay, so after this all happens, Bodie will grab a rope that he has on him because he's been holding on to Melon. He's going to tie off on Melon and Otto. I'm going in, and he's gonna grab Otto and he's gonna shimmy down.
I'll probably wait until everybody is tied off, and then I'll start traversing bit by bit closer and closer so that they get closer and closer to the portal.
Love it. Quick thing. Anyone who has looked at this rift and is proficient in Arcana may make an Arcana check. This will be a very high DC, but worth trying to see if you can identify, to see if you know anything about what might be on the other side.
I got a 13 plus 6 for a 19.
The DC for this was 22. This is obscure, arcane knowledge. 14 for Gromp. You look at this and the swirling winds are a mystery. But as you all have tied off, Melon, in tree form still, slowly moves towards the rift, and you all get closer and closer and closer.
If we need to let out our ropes a little bit more so that Melon can always have like stable, I can't say rooting? I don't know. As a giant tree, then probably can too.
Okay.
I'd assume that Wraught and I probably mental linked for this.
I cannot mental link with you. I'm mental linked with the gal who was checking out the other portal.
Oh, yes.
So no, there's no connection between me and anybody and any of you.
So, what we see is, which one of you who is tied off do you think would be the first to pass through?
Since I have the gear, I'd want to go in first to, just in case they can immediately close off.
That tracks to me. So then what the rest of you see, and what we all see, is the roots of Melon moving like a dozen little feet, just inching closer and closer. And we watch as Kieren gets within mere feet. The force of the winds lift you off the ground and pull you towards it. And as Kieren passes through the portal, the rope goes limp.
Shit. Can I try to pull it back?
Sure. Well, you can definitely try, but considering you are also very close and being pulled in right now, that is difficult. But make me a strength
Does it
check
seem
with disadvantage.
severed? Yeah, I was gonna say I want to see if it's severed or if it's just still a loop where he was. $12.
12. It's a rope. And that is all it is. And so as you reach out, still forcing yourself against these winds and grab hold of it and pull it towards you just enough to take the little bit of slack off, you see it isn't frayed. It's just as if Kieren were never there.
I think Bodie wanted to do something.
Am I close enough to have seen this?
All of you are.
Fantastic. The moment that any slack goes into the rope, Bodie is going to unrope himself and follow.
All right.
Fork out.
You watch as Bodie just unties himself quickly and goes... And being 400 pounds as opposed to probably the, 170 of Kieren, stays rooted to the ground a little bit better and just kind of lowers his head and charges through the portal. Gone.
And Gromp says, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Should we all do that or just Bodie?"
I'll turn around. I'm going to go, Melon, I don't think we need an anchor anymore. And I'm going to dive through with my rope.
Here comes a charging tree.
As Wraught pushes forward and shouts that instruction at Melon, the remaining two of you, I suppose, feel as your anchor no longer anchors, because it is now moving full steam ahead as well. Can't hear you, Otto.
No, it was him. Wait. No. Just getting pulled because I'm not going nowhere.
And
Are you stopping a tree? No.
so, Gromp or Otto, do either of you try to stay outside of the portal as Melon charges in, or are all three of you going?
I have no choice. There's no way stopping a tree, so I'm just gonna go with the flow and help everybody out. But it will be cartoonish of him getting pulled in.
And Gromp will ready Vicious Mockery on the other side.
Oh, on the other side of the portal?
The side I'm currently
Oh,
on,
okay.
and be ready for anyone to come back.
So you are staying on this side of the portal, on the Feywild
Yes.
side?
Yes.
Okay. So then, what we all see is Kieren first, rope dangling in Wraught's hands, Bodie go charging in, Wraught shortly behind with Melon and Otto, and then Gromp just standing outside the portal, alone. These heavy winds just pulling at the hair that covers your body, your little patch of blue beard just fluttering in the wind as you sit there squinting against this. On the other side of the portal, a chill wind whips across all of your skin, biting into your bones. You drop down face first onto soil, if it can be called that. It's cracked, desolate. And as you look up and get an idea of your surroundings, the ground in front of you is a stretch of ashen wasteland dotted with skeletal remains of petrified trees and people. Each one of them appears to have been frozen in a moment of agony, their gnarled branches and arms reaching skyward as if pleading for mercy from some unseen force. And the sky above you is a muted swirl of grays and purples, and the wind in here is so intense, those of you without prominent claws have to sink down and stay on all fours just to stay grounded here. And you stand on an island floating in the middle of a maelstrom. There are numerous other masses that you can see forming a swirling, spiraling archipelago of soaring islands. And in the middle of this swirling, howling wasteland, there is a burning, sun-like eye that everything here, from the wind to the islands, seems inexorably pulled towards. Those of you who made me Arcana checks, make them again with a lower DC now that you are in here.
25.
Woo! Gromp can't make this because Gromp isn't here seeing this, but with a 25, you look around Wraught, and you feel a presence here. Something old and patient that watches from the darkened corners of the land. The very air here seems to weigh heavy with the scent of despair and betrayal. And there is a quaking beneath all of your feet as you're all on the same island. And you watch, or you feel first, you feel as the island beneath your feet lurches forward. A few of you temporarily losing your footing as the island shifts forward in this spiral. And you see as the island that was closest to that central burning eye is consumed in flame, erased along with whatever inhabitants still dwelled upon it. And Wraught, you notice something that lets you, that helps you figure out where you are. In the sky at that exact moment, you notice that there is a circle of what looks like 13 stars. And at the same moment as that island is consumed by flame, one of those stars blinks out. You've read about this place. It is a domain of dread. It is called Chlor, named after the Dark Lord in charge of this place, an obsessed clockmaker. And with that knowledge, you know everything in this place is doomed to die. It's just a matter of time.
Can I look at the anchor in Kai's hands and see if I can tell which direction the chains are stretching towards?
You don't actually even see the chains, but could I have everyone make me perception checks with advantage from Kieren? Kieren gets advantage, everyone else straight checks. Gromp, you're still outside, so you can't see this.
That was a perception check?
Yes.
I did not one, just so you know.
Well,
So
that
did
seems
I.
right.
I just did too. Oh, thank goodness. Because you said
thank you.
advantage, right?
All right.
25.
Very nice.
19.
And thank you for the advantage because my 16 and a 1. So my 16
Yep.
gets me the 24.
I've got a 16 total.
16 as well.
In that case, Otto, Melon, and
Did you get
Kai.
advantage?
No, only Kai had advantage.
Oh, only Kai.
And
had
that is from
advantage. Okay.
holding the anchor and therefore
Got it.
being able to see those chains and trace them. Otto, Melon, and Kai. The three of you notice on one of the islands, you are now on, there are 3 islands behind you. And there are now 8 in front of you. Again, all these islands in this swirling maelstrom form a spiral that is just counting down the hours until each of those islands is swallowed by this sun. But the 3 of you notice on the island, 2 away from the center, a small, at least from here, cloud of butterflies. And they seem to be congregating around something. And that is the same direction that those arcane chains that you can see, Kieren, are being pulled taut towards.
How far away is that island?
Each one of these islands is a kilometer long at least. And there is space between them, small little stepped stones of floating rock. There are no convenient bridges. There are no steps. There is simply the hellish landscape that you might be able to turn to your advantage.
Well, I think the first thing we're going to do is tie ourselves to each other.
Otto?
How many islands have been destroyed already?
1 since you've been here, but you just got here.
And how many are left?
12 total.
Okay, hey, and the ones behind us already exploded, right?
No. Only the one
Okay.
that was closest to the sun-like eye at the middle.
And they aren't moving,
Not
right?
They
They're
did. They moved, but they are
Okay.
not currently moving.
Huh. 12 islands. Okay, what, like Kai said, we're gonna chain chain each other together, with the ropes, and I guess hop across to where the butterflies are.
That's where the chains want us to go.
Section of rock just goes flying by your heads.
But if we're going to do it, we got to do it fast.
Let's put a hustle on it. Let's go.
Is Melon still a
Yes, sir.
tree?
Yeah.
It might be best to have him take up the rear so that if, debris comes coming through, it hits a tree instead of somebody's fleshy skull.
Sure.
Can he jump as a tree?
As you all have found yourself in this situation, the camera cuts back to outside of the rift. Gromp, you stand in the wind, clumps of grass still being pulled in. What are you doing?
Gromp has Vicious Mockery readied at the rift and is watching very intently to see if he needs to dive deeper.
What are you looking for?
Any sort of sign that will make Gromp feel like he needs to go in.
Okay.
Nothing specific, but anything that will trigger in his brain, it's time.
Okay. Could you do me a favor? As you are focused on this rift, could you make me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage? Eight. You hear the sound of something uprooting, and you look behind you just in time for a small tree to impact into you. I will give you a choice in this moment. You can be knocked prone and still be outside of the rift, or you can let it carry you into the rift.
I'll be knocked prone.
Okay. As you just dig your fingers in and look over your shoulder, you watch as this tree flies into this portal, and we follow that tree through this hellish wind and maelstrom, and all of you on this island make me quick dexterity saving throws.
– 14.
18.
Pass,
10.
fail. But you're a tree. So
Yes.
you'll fail the dex, but...
doing this.
What was that, Otto? And Bodie?
24.
24? Okay. Bodie?
3.
Okay.
Maybe, man. Give me a break. I don't know.
Bodie?
Where the fuck?
Bodie and Melon will each take 2 bludgeoning damage as part of a tree falls from above, and you have to roll out of the way to avoid it. It doesn't land on you, but 2 bludgeoning damage nonetheless.
I don't avoid it.
So,
I'm a bigger tree than that.
you all have tied yourselves together or to Melon specifically?
I think in a line with like Bodie anchored to Melon, who is anchored to Otto, kind of thing. So we can stretch out if we can.
Got it.
I don't know.
Almost
How to...
probably like double roped up, where it's like Wraught can be tied to me, but then I'll also be tied to Wraught, and then back to the person there, because we have like long lengths of rope anyway, so that it's like if one gets severed, it doesn't completely cripple you.
Bodie, what were you going to say?
Well, because I had loosed myself from the rope that was tied to Melon, I don't know what becomes of me regarding the ropes. I'm currently untied.
Isn't it technically still tied to Melon,
Yeah.
so you can just retie yourself?
True. Okay. I will just find that little guy got away from me, and he's gonna tie it around. He's gonna double knot it just in case.
Okay. Sounds good. Now that you all have secured yourselves, the ground beneath you shifts. And you all feel the ground lurch forward, and you watch as another island is consumed, as it is sucked into this central thing. And another one of those stars up in the sky winks out.
Run now.
Oh, let's go, guys.
We watch as 5 of the 6 wild things go running across this island. And Bodie, you just hear in your head, you realize that Cork has actually been screaming in your head this whole time. But the winds have been so loud, your thoughts so loud, your friends yelling at you that you've been ignoring it this whole time. And you just still hear that refrain of, Master, we need to get out of here, now! This is not safe. This is not a good idea, Master.
We're running!
So, here's the way this is going to be resolved. This is a skill challenge. So, the way this skill challenge is going to work is... I'm just going to remind you all of the basics of how skill challenges work. Let me just mute the background noise for a second. With skill challenges, you get to use your skills. But there are some rules. 1, you can only use a skill if you are proficient in it. 2, you can't repeat using the same skill, even if you fail with it. You can repeat using a skill that someone else has used. So, once you've tried to use athletics, you can't try to use athletics again, whether you succeed or fail with it, but the next person could. The third requirement, you gotta be able to justify it as to how that skill helps you in what you are trying to do. Yeah? Wraught?
Hypothetically, if we are proficient in things like history and persuasion, is there the option of using spell slots instead of skills?
Potentially. If you're willing to use a spell that has a level and not a cantrip, then we can talk about that.
Along those lines,
Yeah.
would physical attributes be able to play into
No,
it?
skills. But you have related skills. So things like athletics and all that. I suppose if you want to make a straight attribute one, which will usually be lower than a skill because you don't add your proficiency, if you don't have any other thing you can try, you can always
No, I
try
meant like
that.
physical attributes. It's like, hey, I'm a tree. I'll use branches to span this gap.
Well, you would, it has to have a role. So it has to have an associated skill for this
Understandable.
one. But that is great flavor for how that could influence the justification, as to how you use that skill. And I know a lot of us have done skill challenges before, so there's that. A few more things to let you know before we get into this little minigame. 1, you all as a group will need 10 successes before you reach 5 failures. And each time, hold on one sec, each time there is a failure, there is a consequence. And you'll see what that is. But there is also the opportunity for someone else to take that consequence instead of the person who failed, if you wish. Gromp, you had a question?
Gromp is outside of this, correct?
Correct. For right now, but actually,
For now.
but we are actually going to start with you really quick before we jump back to the skill challenge. So I'm going to give you all here a quick second to think about what skills you might use and how you're going to justify them. As we return to Gromp, though, I have a question. How long would you be willing to stay out here without any sign from your friends?
Without a sign, I would say maximum of 30 minutes, probably.
Okay.
20 to 30 minutes. At 20 minutes, Gromp would really start to worry about his friends.
At this point, it's been about 20 minutes since that tree flew past you.
So at this point, Gromp, in 10 minutes, will be going, but currently is at high alert.
Got it. Okay. I will let you know when those additional 10 minutes have passed. In the meantime, could I please get everyone to roll me initiative and that is going to include Gromp. If you all could roll me initiative, this is just to determine the skill challenge order. Hands up if you... I see a 1 from Gromp, so I'm just going to take that already. Hands up if you beat a 20.
Nat 20.
Damn. All right, so what did the 3 of you get in total?
24.
22.
24.
24. All right.
7.
I can't believe I wasted a nat 20 on a fucking
That's not a bad
initiative
thing.
roll.
Not a bad
I
thing.
can't believe I wasted that one.
And Melon, what about you?
4.
4 it is. Quick reminder, just a housekeeping thing. Please do make these upcoming rolls for your skills on D&D Beyond, just so that I can see them. Gotta have that public accountability for something like this. All right, let me get that pulled up so I can watch these rolls.
You can't tell that everything I rolled so far is a +7 or 8.
Hey, I'm not saying I doubt you. I'm saying I just need to have a record because it might...
Don't worry, I doubt you.
It might come in handy. So, our initiative order then for this skill challenge is Kai, Otto, Wraught, Bodie, Melon, then Gromp. Fitting. It works. All right, Kai, you are up.
So just to make sure, if I did a perception check, does that mean that one I've locked out for other people?
No, it's only locked out for you. You do
Then
not
I'll
impact
start-
what other people can use.
I'll start with a perception check then, just to be able to kind of tacitly find rocks, trees, anything that people can use to hang on to kind of mountain goat their way towards the center so that they don't lose their footing.
That makes perfect sense. The DC for this one is going to be 16.
I'm going to use all 3 of my luck points to make that a success.
Whew. Okay, so mark that down really quick as a success. And I think what we see is, Kieren, you go charging ahead of the rest of the group using your, mountain goat style hooves to be able to just summit these rocks. And you get up to a high point, but the wind is whipping so much in your face you have to squint against it. It's hard to see at first. And then as you're looking, you notice that what you thought was just debris flying around looks like it should be a series of stones big enough for you all to cross, and you start scoping out a path, not just from the island you're on to the next one, but all the way across to where you saw that swarm of butterflies. So that is 1 success. Otto, you are up.
Okay. God, I miss Taldorian. My boy here is not built for this. I realize that. At least not in this time frame. Oh, okay, so Kai's knocked rocks down.
Kai just spotted rocks. Just saw,
Okay.
and was shouting ahead of the direction.
I guess I'll use nature,
Okay.
which it allows you to recall lore about terrain, plants, animals, and weather. Otto, being from the circuits and being from where he grew up at, knowing about different weather types and what to do with high winds, and flying debris, will maneuver himself where the wind doesn't necessarily hurt him because of size, to show which way for people to go to where the path of least resistance. That's what I'm trying to think of.
Got it. So as Kieren is reading the stones and the path, you are reading the winds. So go ahead and make me a nature check here. It's going to be the same DC. This is going to be a 16.
Well, that's a 10.
10. Okay. That is going to be the first failure. So, you are running along behind, and you notice, or you stop to try to, lift your nose to the winds to read the wind patterns. And as you're looking, you don't notice as a fairly sizable rock starts flying straight at you. Now, everyone who is in here has the choice to make a dexterity saving throw. And if you succeed, you can take this for Otto.
I'll work on taking it.
Okay?
Well, I have a +7.
Yeah, I have more health than you.
I think Bodie already rolled it.
I kind of actually just rolled it. Sorry about that.
Oh, Bodie's going first. All right. Actually,
Well, then
Bodie, I'm going to make a call here, and since it wasn't discussed,
Okay.
I don't think it's first roll, first served.
Yeah, that's not
um,
fair. I don't think.
I mean,
that's
I
fair
can
either.
respect it if you really want to do it.
No, I didn't say anything about it, and I don't think that's fair. So
Still, though.
But
No,
Bodie is
if you
also the
want-
kind of character
yeah.
who just acts instead
Yeah,
of thinks.
if you
so
all
it
want-
makes sense for you.
I'll
If you all
respect
want
it.
Bodie
I'll
to
respect
be the one who does it, I'm totally cool with it. I just want to make sure that
I think it was
we
very
don't
in
set a
character that you
precedent.
jumped to it.
All right,
Very
cool.
sweet.
In that case, could you do me a favor, Bodie?
What's up?
Could you roll me 1d8?
Okay, a D8.
It doesn't have to be online. You can roll it anywhere.
I did it online. It 5'd me.
5. You get
Who's on me?
you run in front of, or you see Otto sniffing the air. You see that rock coming, and you just run, charge, grab Otto in a huge bear hug, and just drop to a knee, letting the rock impact across your shell. And a few things happen at once. The plants on your back mature, including the ones that were newly planted. And the wrinkles around your eyes just get a little bit more intense as you age 5 years.
So wait. Hold on.
I
Let
mean,
me-
you're
me
you're like
bring this.
300 years old or 200 years old, so it's not a
I'm
huge
gonna
loss,
miss
but
it. It's not gonna be a big deal. But what you're saying is that I just got hit with a rock, and my plants were like, "Ooh, fertilizer," and grew, but at the cost of my own.
they got 5 years
aging?
older.
Yeah.
Your plants matured 5 years.
Oh,
so
and
did
so
you.
did I. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. I was. Okay. Cool. All right.
That is
All
one
right.
success and one failure. 1-1. That brings Wraught up with Bodie on
Bodie?
deck. Oh, yeah, please. Feel free to interrupt for roleplay at any point.
My knees hurt. And we sit the fuck down. You know what I mean?
Okay, I think I'm gonna see Bodie get hit by this rock and crumple. And I'm going to try to space myself out evenly between all of my companions. And I would like to use persuasion as I call out into the wind, "Don't worry, I'll protect you." As I'm using mold earth as often as I can, because it's a cantrip, I can use it every 6 seconds if I have to push rocks away as much as I can as they come in my arcane range.
Okay.
To try to calm the emotions of my companions.
That was super cool. So I'm going to, as a result of the combination of the skill and the description with Mold Earth, I'm going to let you make that persuasion check. The DC here, because of the combination with spell and all that, I'll give you a 15.
And while this is happening, Gromp can hear Wraught say this through the portal.
I'll add 3 luck points to make it a 15.
No, he can now. There is no communication through the portal. I am usually not one to know. But this is a no and situation where no, you don't hear, and you still haven't had any sign. And at this point, 1, 2, 3, it has been 7 minutes since I last checked in with you. Just so you know. Wraught, what did you get?
I got a 12, but I'm adding 3 luck points to make it a 15.
There are those 3 luck points.
I've got those. I actually have more than 3. I've been saving them.
Yeah, hoard those.
It turns out I have 1 left.
So how does this luckily go right when it could have gone so wrong?
I think because Bodie fell, she's able to climb up onto his back and push away a rock that was about to hit them again with her mold earth. And it's only because he fell that she was able to succeed, because otherwise it wouldn't have been within her range of being able to mold earth. So she's trying to melt rocks that come close to them and keep them from smacking her companions.
And we just watch as you cause some of the earth of this island to rise up as
I'm toughing it, guys!
As a rock that was about to impact you and gets knocked just a little off course, and I'll
be using this every 6 seconds to keep these things away.
Love it. At this point, we see as the wild things have taken this little chain of small rocks, made it onto the second island, running through. You see more of those. You see a few living forms here, but they are... living is a bit of a stretch. And they just, from hunkered corners beneath rocks and in little alcoves, the eyes just watch as you run past. Jumping over to the third island brings us to Bodie.
Is it possible to utilize my survival as I hit this island to quickly survey the land and how I think it's going to affect me and whoever comes after me?
Absolutely. Survival makes total sense here. You're reading the landscape and figuring out the proper course ahead. I will give you, on this same one, 16 as well. That is our default DC. If it's a weak justification, the DC may go up, or a bit of a stretch. If it's you really sell me on it, it may drop. So we're going to go with 16 there.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Okay.
So, very unfortunate. I do have 5 luck points, but that is it. I've been hoarding for a very long time.
So if you have 5, if someone were to provide you
I'll
2, it would be a success. Whew, you're doing it, Melon?
I got it. Go for it.
7 luck points are spent to turn a failure into a success. And so I would love Bodie to lead us off, but then Melon to help round it out. Bodie, since you spent 5, you spent the majority, you were the luckiest here. How did a failure become a success?
As I was traversing from one place to another, I lost my footing slightly, which altered my path to which I hit the island, narrowly avoiding rocks on this side and whatever else is happening right there. but I think my clumsiness, what I thought would be complete flatlining, was in fact something that helped me gain a better vantage point.
Got it. And
Maybe?
Melon, how did you assist in turning Bodie's almost failure into a success?
Probably that little last minute helping him up, still moving. So it's like kind of a scoop up while going. So it's like it's
Incredible.
not stop at all.
Such a great visual of Bodie falling here as the ground begins to grow a little uneven and just this huge hulking tree, a branch reaching down and strong enough that you essentially not just lift Bodie, but toss him a few feet forward as you churn along behind. Nicely done, everyone. That is 3 successes and 1 failure so far. You are on track to succeed. Melon, you are up, and then Gromp.
Probably right along those lines of considering I had to scoop Bodie up, using just pure strength to power through the next section just to clear out everything that's in front.
Okay.
Well, using like athletics, I mean.
Oh, yes, you are proficient in athletics. That makes total sense. And because you are a tree and using athletics in a very basic, straightforward way of clearing debris and lifting up your friends when they fall, I'm going to give you a 14 here. Melon, you have a +7, so all you need is a 7 or above on the die.
22.
Woo! Easy success. Would you like to describe what we see here as the wild things make it onto another island? There are now...
Literally... Oh, sorry.
no problem, I'm just doing a quick count. 1, 2... There are now 3 islands that separate you from the cloud of butterflies.
Throughout this one, you literally just see the tree, tendrils and all, basically ripping up the ground, and occasionally, like you see one of them has a rock in hand, tossing it off to the side. Behind is just a clear path that they can follow with ease, with nothing impeding their progress.
And there are, at least there would be if it weren't so loud with the wind here, but there are the occasional eruptions of rock as Melon just lowers himself a little bit, or doesn't even have to, just is so big, just running through rock, sending it exploding and tumbling out of the way. That brings us really quick to a very different scene as we cut back outside of the portal. Gromp, it has now been a total of 30 or so minutes since your friends crossed that threshold, and you have been out here alone, watching the sky and the sun and plants get sucked into this portal. What are you doing?
And you see as Gromp slowly puts his hand in and yanks it out as fast as he can and looks at his hand to see what's changed.
It was very cold on the other side compared to here. You could immediately feel that. Other than that, there's no physical change.
And you see Gromp grip his hand, look up, fuck it, and jumps in.
As we see Gromp jump in and the camera lingers on the now lonely portal here for another few seconds, we cut inside to the portal once again. And who here has the highest passive perception?
I have 18.
Does anyone beat an 18?
Nope. Nope.
All right. Then Kieren, again, as the forward scout, it makes sense that you would be the one to see this because you've been charting the path ahead. You can hear your heavier, lumbering friends behind you. And you turn to make sure that your friends are within range and following the path that you've scouted. And you look back towards where you started, and you see falling through the winds as Gromp, out 3 islands back, drops in.
As soon as he drops in, I'm going to shout and point back to that island, because Otto is faster than I am. And with his jumping, he might be able to go back, maybe tie himself to Gromp and get him towards us to get him to safety, because I can't turn around. I'm holding the gear.
There is, Gromp, as you land here, you see the other portal, the second half of this equation, here on this island. And you can see where you just stepped through, even though it dropped you. Doesn't quite make sense in your mind, but there it is. And you see the meadow that you just passed through, and you have a very odd experience, actually, as you watch a few clumps of grass fly towards you, seemingly, into the portal, and then a few seconds later drop down next to you. But you also do... make me a perception check.
That is a 7.
With a 7, it's only because you're so used to looking for his silhouette. As you look up ahead a few islands and you see Otto just hands overhead waving towards you. You don't see the rest of your friends, but you see him. And that is your...
Feels out.
Oh, yep, go.
Hey, buddy! All good?
What?
Yep.
As Gromp barely hears Otto yell, he'll start running towards him.
Got it.
Full full sprint.
No!
We'll get back to you, Gromp, as we see Gromp just start running that direction. We are back at the top.
Dig those little peats in!
We are back at the top of the order with Kieren.
I
And
would
for those of
actually
you
like to
keeping
use-
track at home of the skills status, the challenge status, it is currently 4 successes to 1 failure. The Wild Things are crushing this.
We're also almost out of luck.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to use
I got 2.
performance, actually.
How?
So, remember when we first got to town here, the 3 dipshits decided to go and make some money at the town center. And this was by doing their, little acrobatic dance routine and stuff. And at the point, it wasn't athletics checks that you made me do for getting tossed around by Melon. It was performance checks. Because it was the idea of Kai being able to dance and move his feet and captivating a crowd, but through the movement of his own body. So what I want to do is be able to use that history of being able to captivate people through movement and dancing to be able to jump between rocks and land without falling over.
That is a very stretched argument.
I can
But,
do something else.
what? I'll
Do you
give you
be
a,
honest?
I'll give you a
Chinese
choice.
is so high, I'm saying no.
I'll give you a choice. No, you get to get the information and then make your choice. Because of the precedent that you cited, respect, I would say that you could make this one, but the DC for it would be 20.
And I only have a +6, so that's not worth it.
Could be if you don't have a better option, but that option
My
is
next
there.
one is a +5 of a survival.
Okay, it's up to you.
You're gonna have to give me 2 seconds to think of a good justification so it doesn't get too high again.
Well, survival, if you're going for that,
But other than saying exactly what Bodie just
it's
said.
still a fair argument either way. If you want to use the exact same, if you're doing the exact same stuff, looking for a path ahead, reading the winds, and all of that is very relevant right now. So I'm totally okay with you reusing that argument. Doesn't have to be original.
I think what Kai is going to do is he's going to, because he's up front, take any rocks that feel like they're a little bit looser in the ground, the speed will be sucked up, start jamming them into the dirt so that they become like stairs for everybody coming after him. Because, he's got his goat hoofies, he's able to dig them into the dirt. But if he can take rocks and smash them into the ground at an angle like you have at a rock climbing gym to give people specifically things to put their feet on,
Oh,
as
I
opposed
love
to
it.
just raw dirt.
You're building the climbing trail. I love that. So this would, just for it to make even more narrative sense, this is on a particularly sheer part. You have to ascend about 80 straight feet here. And for you, as a satyr, you would be confident just climbing right up the side of it. No problem. But you know that your friends aren't quite able to do that. So as you would be doing so, you would be putting in these grips and steps. And this was for survival?
Yes, but if you want, I can also
Absolutely.
kind of like tie my mirthful leap aspect of being a satyr into it if I need to like grab rocks or something to make it so the path is the most reliable. If that helps at all.
I mean, you can certainly use that if you want, but right now the DC is going to be the same because of that great justification. I'm going to give you a 16 here. Actually, 15.
11. So I only have one more luck point to make it a 12 unless anybody has something to give me 3.
I can give you 1 to make it a 13.
Does Otto have any?
I have.
It's not me doing it, for the record. The music is just hitting. I'm not using a soundboard there.
Get another from me.
Okay,
That's all
so
I got.
now I have 14. I just need one more.
I can give you 1 for 15.
I gotta get to his ass.
So,
Okay, I'll take it from Gromp to make it 15.
again, that is another 7 luck points spent. 1 from Kieren, 2 from Melon, 2 from Gromp, 2 from Wraught.
No, it's only 4.
We
I rolled an 11.
We have
Oh, I see. Right, it's suspended 2. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Whew. These are some these successes are coming at costs, and I love it. So, I'm going to lead with you, Kieren. And then I would love it if, at some point, Gromp, Melon, and Wraught could each chime in. Gromp, I'm very curious about you, especially with where you are. But how do you snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Let's start with Kieren.
So, I mean, are you meaning like how am I just doing in general, other than describing it of putting in the stones, or
Well,
is it like how am
so
I
you
utilizing
were-
the luck points?
How are you utilizing the luck points? Because you were climbing up
Gotcha.
here and you were starting to, slam these stone grips and steps into here. And as you're doing so, the wind is just whipping. It is like you are climbing at the top of a very tall mountain, and you are having to cling on here. And there is a point where you stretch out to reach towards the next section, and you see hurtling towards you a large stone.
So, for utilizing the luck points, I think the hurtling towards me is, at that point, Gromp would have shouted something, because he would have been able to see it too. So, utilizing his luck point to avoid getting hit by that rock, because he would have been able to give me some warning. Either that, or just shouted in general, and Kai's like, oh, what the heck, what?
Well, then
And
let
moved
me-
just enough to get avoided.
Let me cut to Gromp then really quick. What did you shout?
Yeah, and you see Gromp very quickly. The fuck is that? Very quickly moving past him. The hell?
And so you just hear from while you hear Gromp shouts, and it just causes you to look just in time to see it coming. What about Wraught and Melon? How do you assist in this?
I'm going to use my mold earth as that thing that Gromp said, what the fuck, is zips by, and try to explode it into smaller pieces using mold earth.
Love it.
And then Melon probably would have been, like, ripping
I was
out
probably
rocks
gonna
as
be-
he's moving and throw them to Kai.
Yeah, or shoving them in deeper for you.
Well, I mean, you're in the back, so it's as I'm building it, you could probably be throwing
Well, you
them
tell
some.
me, Melon. What do you do? They're your luck points.
Nah, I like what Sarah went with.
All right, cool.
Chucking her good ones.
So as this rock flies by Gromp, what the fuck? And there, Kieren, you turn, see it coming. Wraught throws up the mold earth, causing it to explode into smaller pieces. And Melon picks up the slack and tosses more rocks to Kieren and finishes hammering in some of the loose ones. That is a 5th success. Otto. I love skill challenges so much.
Well, Otto seeing all of that happen
Thank you, Matthew Colvin.
at once. Otto seeing all of that go around and deal with that. It's like, I hate this place. I really, really hate this place.
I've been saying this the whole time.
Otto is going to try and run back to Gromp to tie him down and to let him know what we're actually doing.
Got it.
Now, do I need to make a check to get back? To go backwards?
So here's the thing. What you're doing right now, and tell me if I'm wrong, it doesn't move the group closer to its goal.
Correct.
So then I would let you go back across, no rolls necessary. However, you would have to I'm going to need you, if you're following this course of action, to make a roll not to accrue another failure. If you succeed, it won't be an additional success. It will just not be a failure.
Okay.
Okay?
So
this,
I gotta do a
we are going
roll.
to do a straight luck roll.
Okay. So D20?
2 D20s. So
Okay.
roll it twice, and whichever is further from 10 will be the result.
Farthest from 10?
The farthest from 10.
12.
That is not the farthest from 10.
Oh, 7. Sorry, 7.
This is why public rolls. So I can look
No,
at him and
my
go,
bad.
not that you were fibbing,
No.
just need, sometimes when we're stressed, math is hard. Need
Yeah.
backup mathematicians. But you
Thank
rolled a
you.
12, which is 2 away. And a 7, which is 3 away. Now,
Help.
we've never talked about whether you could use luck on luck checks. But my rule was you could use it on any D20 roll. And that's a D20 roll. And luck being used on luck seems fitting. So that was a luck roll. Do you want to add any luck to your rolls?
Oh, part of me wants to just go ahead and
5.
dump those 3 points.
4.
Do it. Do it. Yes.
Make the 12.
yes,
Make the
yes.
12 further. Make the 12
Yeah.
further.
Make the 12. Whatever. The furthest one. Make it right. I'll
So-
dump the 3 luck points that I got to make me
You'll,
survive this
you'll
shit.
only need 2.
2. Whatever.
So-
whichever one to make me survive.
Regardless of where you put the additional 2, either into the 12 or into the 9, the result is the same, and that is
Yeah.
that the positive number, or the large number, is farther from 10.
Yes.
Which means not a success, but not a failure. And so again, Otto, as you are running back towards Gromp, you are jumping across these chains of rocks, and there is one coming straight at you. What do you do to avoid it?
For shits and giggles. You know what? For shits and giggles, Otto is going to immediately grow his horns and buck the rock out of his way.
Love it. And you just lower and just redirect it. There's a little bit of ringing in your head for a second. But then you regain your momentum. Fantastic. Wraught, you are up. Bodie, you're on deck. Still 5-1. Failures are dragging.
Oh boy, here we go. I would like to attempt to use a spell in the place of a skilled check. I'd like to use a second level spell.
Before you do,
if possible.
Before you do, let me tell you how that would work. If you use a spell instead of a skill, you'll still have to make a roll, but you'll be able to use your spell casting modifier. If it's a regular spell, and your spell attack modifier, if it's a spell attack that you use. Does that make sense?
It is, yeah,
Cool.
did it make sense?
Cool.
Yeah. It's not an attack.
Okay.
It's an effect. Ooh, Lord. Oh, no, that won't work. Fuck. Okay, no, I'm going to try to use Arcana.
Okay.
Okay.
That, I can see some arguments for that.
Okay. I think I'm going to be essentially surfing Bodie because I'm not fast and I'm not strong. And I'm clinging to his shell, my head snapping around as I'm trying to take in everything about this place as I can. And as I'm looking around, I'm going to go, this is the domain of dread. I read about this. It's run by Clor, the Dark Lord. This is a clock. If that island gets destroyed before we make it to it, we're all doomed. That's our goal. I'm going to essentially, like, info dump.
I love this. I love this. I love this. So, this is going to be DC 15 here. And you can use Arcana. Absolutely.
What?
21. So there are two parts to how this works. First of all, you do your quick info dump as you are just holding on to Bodie. But as you're talking about it, you also look up at those stars that have been winking out, and you notice that one of them is getting fairly faint. And you shout for everyone to hold on just in time as the island wrenches forward, making it so no one loses their footing and loses their momentum. However, that cloud of butterflies is now only 1 or 2 away from the blazing center. And you are only 2 away from it at this point. That sun, that eye in the middle is looming large out of your peripheral vision. As the camera pulls back, you are but little specks compared to this consuming force. And that'll bring us to Bodie, and then Melon, and then Gromp.
It doesn't have a lot of flavor, but is it possible to use perception here to... He needs to keep his head on a swivel. He needs to keep moving. He's got Cork yelling in his hand now, because he was on his back and he couldn't hear him, so he pulled him here. And so he's got Cork screaming here, "This is over here, mister!" And he's keeping an eye on the other side. Perception.
And because you are utilizing Cork,
Yeah.
this will, just like other perception checks here, be a 16, but you'll have advantage. Because you're not the only one using perception right now.
Natural 20
because
plus 5
you're
plus
an
9.
Oh, natural 20. Fantastic. So you scout the area, you see the swarm of butterflies, and you know the exact path. From here to there, you can see it. You also see several of the incoming rocks before they impact, so you're able to warn your friends to get down, to get behind something, as there is another small cloud of stones that impact into the island you're on, and you all jump across another large gap, and that swarm of butterflies is on the next island. That brings up Melon. There's 7 successes and 1 failure.
Probably as we're getting to the gap in the next one, utilizing the fact that a tree helping bridge across those gaps that are just a little too much, and using survival to reinforce branches so I know exactly how much weight they can take to help get them across.
That is so cool. Because you're putting yourself in this precarious situation, the DC is going to be 17. But because you are a tree, you will also have advantage. But it is still riskier than just looking at something.
I only rolled, the highest was a 13.
13.
And I have no luck.
Speak now or forever hold your luck points.
I think most people are lucked out.
We're running a little dry here. So, Melon, could you roll me a d8, please? Hold the result to yourself if you're rolling in person. Because first, the question I have to ask is, does anyone other than Otto and Gromp, you're too far away, so Bodie, Kieren, or Wraught, try to take this hit for him? You don't have to. I'm just giving you all the
Because
opportunity.
he's a tree, I don't think I would even think to.
Okay.
I would totally put my body in front of a tree.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's your call.
Take it then?
It's your call.
I'll
I mean,
take
Bodie.
consent.
I'll take it.
Okay, you take it. You take it with your badass tree self.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the result?
4.
4. While a tree, 4 years are barely noticeable, though your branches go through 4 years worth of flower and leaf growth and fall, all
Time
in the
only
span
makes
of
me
about
stronger.
6 seconds. Bloom, wither, fall. Bloom, wither, fall. Bloom, wither, fall. Bloom, wither, fall. All right. As the rest of you manage to run across Melon, you then use your branches to pull yourself to the other side, or do you stay there waiting for Gromp and Otto?
Oh, have you seen like those trees that grow in like the most precarious positions off the sides of cliffs? It's like that going up the side.
Love it. But my question still remains. Do you stay there waiting for Gromp and Otto, or do you continue to run forward with the other 3?
Do I actually see Gromp and Otto trying to come this way?
As you stretch your head up and look across, Gromp and Otto, what does Melon see? Albeit very distant.
Otto wrapping a rope around Gromp and like pointing towards them to tell him that we have to get to them, get to that, and you just kind of just see him pointing and telling Gromp. And we start moving a little bit.
All right.
Too far back. Can't wait.
Got it. You shift over to the other side. That brings Gromp up.
And Gromp, coming through with Otto, still does not quite understand the situation. And Gromp thinks about his time with Wraught in the spa and is like, Wraught, this is for you. Pulls out the hand harp that he brought her and just starts playing and hoping that it would help.
So are you using performance?
Yes.
So here's what I love this idea from a bard, and the only reason it makes sense to me is because of the notion of bardic inspiration and like battle songs and things like that. And so it's going to be a little bit higher because of the wind as a challenge here. So I'm going to set this at DC 18. But it can work. Now, your performance is a plus 10, so you still have better than a 50-50 shot.
And it's a 21.
21! Yes! All right. So I have ideas for exactly how this works, but I would love to hear yours first.
I'm running with Otto, and Otto says, they need us. And that's all I need to hear. I pull out the hand harp that Rick brought me, and I think of Wraught as I play. And all I think is, Wraught, I hope this helps. As I smash the most beautiful tune you've ever heard.
And it's just this epic music. Cue the epic music. It's just this epic music that you hear carried over the winds. And it's up to you all. But I think for some of you, yeah, the music is what helps you. And I think for others, it's simply the knowledge that your friends are there. And they have your back.
And I would like to say that for every person, the music sounds slightly different. The music sounds like what you would want to hear in this moment. It's not the same for everyone, but for each person, it's exactly they would want to be hearing right now.
I love it. So for some of you, it's like this epic music. For others, it's this dramatic music behind a Henry V style speech. As you all just keep charging forward, and as the music hits its first crescendo, the four of you drop down onto the island with the swarm of butterflies. And you are so close to this huge central eye that if you look that direction, it takes up your entire field of view. The heat here is beyond oppressive. But that swarm of butterflies is straight ahead of you. And as you all run over there, the butterflies kind of disperse, but you can see that they were congregating around what looks like a little journal with drawings of mushrooms and fantastical creatures on the outside of it. And Kieren, you're up.
So the only other skills that I'm proficient in are things like insight or deception, which are people skills. So Ethan, can I use an attack in order to do my skill check? Because I still have that cog on my dagger. So I would like to use my sneak attack, which, because of my rakish audacity, I can just hide behind one of the corpses to make myself even more roguelike for getting in the mindset of throwing a dagger to throw it towards that book.
Okay. I will let you out. That wouldn't be part of the skill challenge, but that can be something you do. Absolutely. So if you want to...
And can I have my stealth check be my skill check?
Well, we'll have to get back to that.
Yeah, because there's not a lot that I'm proficient in anymore that is something that I can use.
It's totally fair. The longer the skill challenge goes on, the harder it gets. But what I will say, first of all, is as you pull the gear, as you look at the gear again, you do see that that chain is still linked to this thing, but it has started to flicker and weaken ever since the cog has been on this side of the portal. And hearkening back to the Arcana check that you and Wraught actually made last session, but because it's about the same thing, you get the impression that you've done half the job by bringing this gear here. As it looks like, especially with what Wraught has said about it being a clock, it makes sense that this gear originated from this plane, while that whimsical-looking journal definitely didn't originate from this one.
Then can I do an investigation skill check?
Sure, how would you?
I would like to actively look at that book.
Okay.
And the chain and the gear and try to use the 8 brain cells I have rattling around inside my skull.
100%.
To see whether or not, or think whether or not throwing the gear at it might do anything, or should I go get the book?
Love it. Understanding how the puzzle works seems like a very important step in the puzzle. So go ahead and make me that DC 15 investigate. You know what? Because of the success on the Arcana check related to this earlier, I'm going to say it will be a 15 with advantage.
A 9 or a 6.
9 or a 6.
D&D Beyond hates me. I haven't rolled anything good this entire time.
Hey, the group is still at 8 successes to 3 failures, so the group, y'all been doing pretty well. Now, I will say, you succeed on what you wanted to do. But as you're looking at this thing and you run over in the open to this journal and you're looking at the two of them, you're looking at the gear, you're looking at the journal, you're looking at the chains, you're sitting there trying to, in this chaos, think. You just don't notice the flying rock coming your way.
Ethan, can I use Uncanny Dodge to just not take damage but still have it be a failure? Because I've never used Uncanny Dodge before. I just got it.
Is Uncanny Dodge 0 or half? Because I think it's halved. So I'll let you take half? I'll let you use it for half? Yeah, totally.
Sure.
But the question first remains, of the three of you who are there, does anyone try to jump in front of this rock? Wraught.
Would you like me to?
I saw Wraught's hand first, but you all go ahead and discuss. Let me know when you know what you're doing.
It's a dex check, right?
Correct.
The only reason I didn't jump in front of Melon is because he's a tree and I couldn't see.
Okay. Dexterity saving throw, please. DC 13.
15.
15. All right. I will go ahead and roll that D8. For you, Wraught, what does it look like when you age 6 years?
I think when it hits her, you actually see her get a little bit bigger. She grows about 2 inches taller. And when she had thin arms, they're suddenly like ropey, like a little bit more muscular. And you see her claws get much, much longer, and her teeth now jut over her lips while her frills get bigger.
Awesome. And as a result of that awesome, take 2 luck points. But we are now at 8 successes and 3 failures.
I learn from that.
Oh, correct. So, sorry, we jumped into the not noticing of the the rock coming your way, but like I said, you learned you did succeed on what you wanted to figure out. And that is, this gear needs to stay here. This was a 2-part anchor system. And the connection between these 2 planes will be maintained as long as part of the other plane is still on the opposite side. And while the gear came from here, the journal came from the Feywild. And so that needs to go back through the portal.
And I'm going to shout that to Wraught. Get the book out!
I will say, you also do suspect, this is less based off of something you observed here and more based off of 2 previous experiences, that once the anchor connection is broken, it did not take long for the rift to close last time.
So Wraught can't exactly leave us in the dust. She has to stay with
she can do
us.
whatever y'all want. It's just going to be a very different story for a few of you. Cool. Quick question, in the course of all this, now that you've looked at it, are you scooping the journal up?
Oh God, yes.
Okay.
I will drop the gear right where the book was and have it under my arm.
So then, from the perspective of Gromp and Otto, who have been running this direction, we actually see now from that island right near that flaming sphere, as they turn and start retracing their steps and running back. So that will bring Otto up.
Otto will use... Honestly, I'm seeing them come back now, right?
Correct.
Okay. I will attempt to, because of what has happened, knowing what I just went through coming back, I will attempt to, with my bow, shoot any rocks that are towards them or in their way.
Okay.
To make their way open. And I'll be using a perception check for that.
That makes sense to me. that is going to be, because of the combination of shooting and all that, but I'm not going to punish you for that detail. We'll go with the same DC that we've had for the perception, which has been 16.
Suck my dick, 21.
So these rocks are pretty large, or some of them are small, some of them are large. So a few of them, you are actually able to impact just enough to knock them into a different wind current and carry them away. Others, you can't change their course, but your arrows act as essentially like laser pointers for your friends to see, oh, that one, need to dodge that. And so just by watching where Otto is shooting, the rest of you are able to duck and jump and get behind and slow down and speed up in order to avoid the rubble, as you have jumped now 2 islands. And at this point, the rubble, the stones that are coming and flying at you, are from the island you were just on with the butterflies, as it is incinerated and consumed. Wraught, you're up. That is 9 successes and 3 failures. 1 more success.
Oh boy.
As we see as we see the bulk of you coming running back, jumping down, falling, just hustling against this incredibly powerful wind.
And the portal's above us.
The portal is back on the island where you started, which is now much closer to the center than it was, but it is the same number of islands apart. It's just you fell down here, but the portal, it's kind of like the game portal. Sometimes they don't make sense where they dump you out. So you can reach the rift on this side.
Oh boy. I'm gonna pitch a thing. It's gonna be weird. We're all tied together. And as we are running, Wraught looks at the rope around her waist that goes between all of her friends, and they're going to have to run by Otto and Gromp. And she goes, "You better hold on." And I'm going to cast a 3rd level spell. My first ever 3rd level spell. And I'm going to cast Fly on myself. And I'm going to go as fast as I can. To the point where I can drag. If I can. I'm going to... And you watch, she stops for just a second, and you see black ichor tendrils erupt from around her. Up her legs, around her arms, around her useless wings, and her eyes just blaze with flame. And she goes, "Let's go!"
I love this.
And she takes off like a rocket.
I love this. So I have a question before we resolve this. The 4 of you, with Melon and Wraught and Kieren and Bodie, formed a bit of a daisy chain. If memory serves, Melon is at the end of that. And Melon's a
Drop
tree.
the tree, boy!
You could have just cast Fly on me.
First time I'm using it. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
that's fair.
I'll try dropping it.
Okay.
This is gonna maybe hurt.
So to drop it, I believe, is a Constitution saving throw.
Yep. Let's do that. Where's my D10? There it is. That's a 10. There we go. So 10 plus 2, 12. Okay, I don't fireball myself.
We watch as this tree that has been Melon, the bark opens, and Melon, like a claw, as you start pulling yourself out of this tree. And after you've emerged from it, the rope is no longer tied around you. It's still tied around the tree, which immediately begins to untie it and retie it around you, as the tree still remains awakened. So it ties it around you. You cast Fly, Wraught. I need
I'll use all of my dragon breath as well as like rocket boosters.
I'm going to say, make me, using your Arcana, a DC 15 here.
I am going to use my sorcery points to re-roll a success from a failure.
I just also want to remind you, before you do that, because you rolled a 14, I gave you 2 luck points not that long ago.
You're right, I'm using them.
I just want to remind you of that.
Yep. It's the first, it's like she is taking off like a rocket ship, and I'm going to use all my dragon breath and fly with the black ichor supported wings and all the luck points she has. And she is like a comet.
Okay. In that case, as this begins, Melon, could you please make me a athletics check?
Public or just
Wherever.
Okay. Ooh, that's 16.
16. Okay. Then we watch as Wraught casts this with Melon having just been resecured, takes off, and with the assistance of these huge buffeting winds, there's just this long chain of the 4 of you as Wraught goes soaring towards the portal. But Otto and Gromp are still on the ground because they weren't tied to you all. However, Melon, if you want, with that athletics check, if someone were to raise their hands while you are flapping towards the back, you could grab that.
Can I, since they're attached to me, can I?
Oh, they're attached.
Yeah, they're
to
attached
you?
to me.
How? Otto went back to get.
Oh no, I'm
Gromp.
attached to the tree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
You're
Nope.
attached
Never
to
mind.
Melon and Kieren. So, Otto, Gromp, you see as they come rocketing towards you, about a tail of rope over about 100 feet stretched out. What do you do?
Otto's gonna run up on the Gromp's shoulders and just lift his hands up and grab it.
Let's grab that rabbit.
With that athletics check, we see as Otto climbs onto Gromp. Gromp grabs and secures Otto's legs. And as Melon is flying by, dangling on this length of rope, grabs Otto. And the 6 of you go flying towards the rift. And you pass through. We see on the opposite side, we see Wraught first. And once no longer assisted by the buffeting winds, Wraught, as soon as Kieren comes out from the portal as well, you get yanked to the ground and go rolling. But your friends come through the portal, and you, being the first one here, look behind you and watch as this happens, as the portal starts to break apart into fragments like broken glass that go drifting off into the air. And for a second, you think that Melon and Otto and Gromp won't make it. And then this clump of fur of the 3 of them just spins through the portal as it dissolves into the wind. And we're going to take a quick bathroom break, y'all. Good job, everyone! The rift is closed! We will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes so that we can pick right back up in that moment, but I know a number of people have to go pee, so we're going to have to wait on that. We'll be right back, though. We are back.
Devon, are you wearing pants?
No, I'm not. Don't tell everyone.
Hey, wait. Are you wearing pants? Nobody's
I'm
wearing pants right now.
always wearing pants. I'm the pants wearer in this relationship.
Boo! Just kidding.
Ethan's
Hey,
asking
not
God
for free.
why.
Not for free.
You guys need to see how much pants I'm wearing.
Ethan, do you need to go to Yom Kippur now?
I do need some forgiveness.
Repent for those sins.
I got some people to apologize to. I'm sure for the things I just said. But so when we pick back up, it is immediately after the rift has shattered like black glass and then just into the wind. There is still wind blowing, but it feels calm now. And all around you, you can see the impacts of the rift. You see the grass looks like it's been churned up in sections. There are huge chunks where the tree was uprooted. And though the sound of life, the fauna around here does return slowly, it takes a little because a lot of things have fled from around here. But that is where we pick up. All of you successfully back through the rift. A few of you a little older for the experience. But you have, Wraught, you still have that journal in your hand. And the rift is closed. Yeah.
I'm laying in a trench about 100 feet away from everybody else, smoking and
Just
uncrumpled.
meteored into the earth here.
Meteored into the ground, and she hasn't moved.
Fantastic.
And Gromp going through with Otto on his shoulder will look up. Otto, it's time to go, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the next part was to check on the other team and see what was going on. But yeah, wherever Wraught, where's
Yeah, we should
Wraught?
probably do that. Would you two please get off of me now?
Sorry.
Sorry about that. We'll quickly hop off of Melon.
3-person shoulder back ride.
Totem pole. Yeah. Where's Wraught?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going over to check on Wraught.
Come
Just
on,
this
bud.
little crater. And there's just a bigger than before, but still a little dragonborn just smoking there.
And Gromp's gonna walk up to Big Wraught and say, "Oh, hey, Big Wraught," and tap on
Face
your head.
down in the dirt.
Oh, so cute. It's
Oh,
we actually
fucking kill you.
we have more work to be done. And he's gonna grab Wraught in one arm, grab Otto in the other, and start running towards.
Don't touch me. Everything hurts.
We're running towards the horses, I guess. I don't think you knew we had horses.
Yeah, we have horses, but turn up there.
Fine, horses. It doesn't matter. We don't need the horses. We're fast. We're so fast.
I have dirt
No.
up my nose.
Breathe, blow it out. You got it. To the horses, turn.
I want to know what Bodie's doing.
Bodie, upon arrival, back through this portal, this rift, never gone through a rift before, so he's very pensive. So he's smoking a joint, of course. The first chance he got, as he's getting up from the ground, he's already pulling a joint. And he goes to light it, and that's when he notices where Wraught's smoking in the corner, and he lets you guys go off to investigate, and he just takes everything in around him. Man, it's good to know where the ground is. He stomps the ground. And the sky. And he shakes his joint at the sky. And then he goes to rejoin you guys.
Speaking of rejoining, I think we have somebody who's about to be bailing on us.
Devon, you got a drop? All right.
Bye.
Happy Yom Kippur, brother.
We love you and goodbye.
Yom Kippur to everyone.
Have a
Much
good break
love.
fast. Hold on. Keep your camera on so I don't have to readjust things. God, what an ace. Appreciate you. All right. What about the rest of you?
Everything hurts.
So you can fly.
Otto will kill you.
It's all right. You'll forget by then.
I would like to reach out mentally towards that elf. Not reach out, touch Faith. Sorry, we've been playing Elden Ring. To the elf who is supposed to go to the other portal. Checking in, one closed, one to go.
Okay. So now that you're back on this plane of existence, you're able to reconnect.
Even her mental voice is like shaky.
Hold on 1 second. Which one do I want to use for this? That sounds a little bit better. You reach out and make this mental connection. And the response that you initially get, you recognize the voice, but you can barely even parse what is being said. It showed me things, showed me so many things I didn't want to see. I didn't want to see those things. See myself. I didn't want it.
I need more details. Love some more details. What?
As you speak again in her mind, she screams into your brain in response. Leave me alone!
Waterfalls, nice meadows, flowers, good things to eat, pastries.
They showed me.
Oh, ow, ooh, it's bad. Ooh, it's bad. And I'm saying this out loud.
What's bad?
Willie?
Something's bad at the other portal. Oh, mental. Psychic. Mental bad. Ooh, it leaves a taste in my mouth like blood.
Kai's gonna sit up because he was laying on the ground with the journal the whole time, like straight up, like, well, this one sucked, so I assume the other one is just as bad. Okay. He's gonna quickly open his book, see if there's like anything pertinent in it, or if it's like children's scribbles.
It is currently actually empty.
Slam it closed, shoved in his pocket. Alright, this is where we got horses, but let's go.
Wraught.
They can't go after your mind if you don't have a thought.
Wraught. That connection. Remind me what ability you use for it?
It is one of my features of being the kind of sorcerer I am.
It's telepathic
One moment.
speech, right?
Let me check.
You and the chosen creature can speak telepathically as long as you're
Yeah,
within
I want
3
to say
miles.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
but no, not within 3 miles. Was it not?
That's what-
No, it was as long as we're on the same plane of existence.
Not if it's that ability. I'm just looking at it right here. It's sending that can be any distance. But you're within range here anyway.
Yeah,
so
accurate,
it's
accurate.
okay. And That's just something to keep in mind for when it is relevant.
I didn't realize
But
there's. You know what? It used to be unlimited as long as you're on the same plane of existence until I think the new thing dropped.
I can check that, actually.
If I'm within range, it doesn't matter. But like specifically, that's why I loved it, was because as long as you're on the same plane of existence.
We do need to double check it, though, because if this is the updated version, it also says it only lasts for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they mess with my shit.
Okay, cool. Then we'll restore you to Legacy version. Damn
Fucking
it,
wizards! Wizards.
Yeah, it was like with one person within the same plane of existence, as long as I could make the connection within 30 feet.
No problem. But, so the way this ability works, it's not quite like sending in that you don't have to initiate it. The telepathic bond is simply there, which means that you continue to hear this woman's voice muttering in your head. Man, the nightmare man. His eyes were closed, but I could see them and he could see me. And he saw everything that I wanted to forget. And he showed me. He showed me even what I didn't want to see. When I begged him to stop, he showed me. I can still see it.
Can I try to do something a little strange?
Given what you just heard, sure, seems the world for strange right now.
Using our telepathic bond, I'd like to try to open my eyes in her mind. I'm not trying to force anything on her. I'm not trying to see through her. I'm just trying to make a stronger mental connection. I don't want to see what she sees. I don't want to know what she knows. I want to be a pair of eyes in her mind that open.
Unfortunately, that isn't what telepathic bond allows.
Exactly.
That's things like scry.
I don't want to see. I don't want to learn anything from this. I don't want anything to come back to me.
Here is what I'll let
All I
you
want to do is I want to give her warm yellow eyes.
I would say I will rule of cool because of the telepathic connection. If you cast detect thoughts, you can do that over this connection.
Yeah,
but just telepathic bond by itself can't quite accomplish what you're looking.
That's
to.
fine. I'll cast detect
speech.
thoughts. That's fine. I'll cast detect thoughts, and I'm going to send through her the emotion of being alone in the woods with a warm bonfire. You are safe. You are protected. I'm broadcasting thoughts rather than taking hers.
I love it.
I'm trying to calm her down, but I hear the sense of being by a warm fire.
This experience that you're trying to do is stretching the capacity of magic. You're using it in ways it's not intended, in combinations that it wasn't intended. And so
I'm a sorcerer. I can do what I want.
Absolutely. You do kind of see through the mind of this woman that you only very briefly met. And you have a realization. As you go into her mind, you see her. At first, what looks like just floating in black. But then you start to notice these gossamer threads, like a web, that she sits suspended within. And you can see her face is streaked with tears, her eyes wrenched open to unnatural wideness. And as you put this vision of calm, woods, warm, in her mind, the web disappears. She's sitting on a log next to a popping, cozy fire. And as she's sitting there, and she takes a sigh, the literal world around you fractures. And you have a terrifying moment where your vision is suddenly consumed by a man in a glass coffin. Arms crossed across his chest, a monocle, this large curled mustache wearing a suit. And you just see him right in front of you, inches. And you just hear in your head, "This is not your land, little one. Leave now." And you are shunted out of that vision. And as the world starts to continue to reassemble around you, you just hear that voice again. "Do not come into my domain uninvited again." Ta-ta. And that's where we will close for tonight.
How dare!
It's been about 2 hours. It's about the right time.
But what if I want 30 more minutes?
I mean, I can go another 15 if y'all want to. If y'all want to deal with the aftermath of that vision.
Good right
This
here.
is a good place.
Give me a little. I just want a little bit of aftermath. I just love it.
I'm good.
Well, I think that we'll have to deal with the aftermath next time. Whew. So with Wraught still reeling from this vision, that is where we leave off for tonight. Thank you all so much for being here for this stream. We appreciate you. This was so much fun. We will be back. First of all, Wild Beyond will be back in a week, and Thousand Faces and Go Buff Yourself will be back on Monday for part 2 of Mothership, a very deadly sci-fi game.
Hey, Ethan, how'd part 1 go?
So fun. And you can listen to it on Go Buff Yourself, but I love that system. It is so much fun. So, I'm going to go around, let everyone say their farewells, make their announcements if there are any, and then, before y'all jump off, we're going to raid so that we can share the love. Morgan, you got anything to lead us off with?
I made another mug.
That's a cool mug.
That's it.
Sweet. I mean, that's super cool. I couldn't do it. Oh my god. Joe.
Send me all your luck, guys. I'm gonna need it for that next session.
Oh yeah. Sarah? Anything?
Not a bit. I love you guys.
Love you too, buddy. Mav?
Hey, guys.
White lady, fuck off.
She's got your number.
Anyway, before my shit probably got appropriated. Anyway,
It didn't take
hi,
long.
everyone.
Didn't take
Hey,
long.
everyone. It's your favorite black guy on the internet. I'm here on Twitch, on Digital Clubhouse TV. I'm playing Halloween. I'm playing horror games all this month. On Wednesday, I'm playing more Dead Space. And on Saturday, I'm playing more casting of Frank Stone, where you, the viewer, can actually change the outcome live while I'm playing when it comes to choices.
Super fun.
So yeah, but I'll be back again Monday or tomorrow at 2 playing more Fortnite because it's Fortnite mirrors. But also I'm gonna be on Monday a little bit earlier before Thousand Faces TTRPG goes online. for their cool thing, and I'll be playing some other cool PC horror games as well. So come check it
Get
out.
in the mindset for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lauren, what about you?
Screaming into the void is most of how I spend my time currently. I'm trying to craft some stuff. I got some photo shoots coming up. Big one being Elvira.
Oh, yes.
With the red couch that is already living in my house somehow.
It
Which
is
is
almost
amazing.
exactly her couch.
It's
With puppy cat and everything.
almost the same couch with puppy cat. But other than that, I'm just playing some games and keeping to myself and counting all the crunchy leaves and eating soup. So, bye.
And I'm Ethan. I made my announcements. We're going to be here on Monday, and you can listen to past episodes on Go Buff Yourself. If you enjoyed the stream and you feel like subbing, that's awesome. If not, at least follow so you get notifications when we go live. Thank you all so much for being here. Sincerely. Means the world. I'm going to go ahead and start the raid, so join in on that so that we can raid live from the apocalypse. And until we see you next time, in a week for Wild Beyond, take care of yourselves. You deserve good things. Hydrate, stretch, move a little
You don't
bit.
deserve vampires in your brain.
Actually, not a vampire. Spoiler.
You said
But
coffin, so we
it
assume
is a
vampire.
coffin. It is a other people go in coffins, okay?
It's
Yeah,
me.
that-
It's me.
It's that one gal that has the fake fangs on Instagram and vampires.
I love you all. Take care
Oh
of
my
yourselves. Hydrate. And until we see you next time, stay wild, friends. Bye.
Bye.